How are we doing today, traders? Just a little bit of a cheers today. I'm going to press this tab, and when I press this tab, you guys are going to see something very, very insane. Oops. Woo! Cheers, everybody! We did it. Woo! So, you can see you have officially cracked $7 on Nio Stock. Whoo! It's a beautiful day, and in doing so, you officially cracked the RSI daily midline. And I say that because last video we covered us being right about where my cursor is right here at 60 on the RSI. You're now at 66. You saw a beautiful daily close up 8.17%, guys. And that does confirm your breakout. Mind you, you have not filled the gap fill below you, but it looks like you are absolutely full steam ahead running. And I would not expect this candle to be a rejection candle. This is a full-bodied, bullish, engulfing candle, guys. So cheers, like literally cheers to every single one of you guys. God bless every single one of you guys. We're freaking doing it, and we're doing it one brick at a time. You can see that most small cap stocks, risk on assets, had a beautiful day today. And it's by no surprise because you have rate cuts tomorrow. You have rate cuts possibly tomorrow. We will see what the Fed does, if the Fed pivots, what Jerome Powell says, if he's dovish or if he's hawkish, right? There's so many different things. In case you don't know, dovish is like bullish, hawkish is bearish in terms of a lot of the Fed speak. But to see what we're doing on, let's get that to Webull. To see what we're doing on Nio Stock, let me just pull up Nio on Webull here. It's an absolutely freaking beautiful thing. Look at that, guys. Wicking into 709, but then closing below our 705 resistance mark here. So you need to see this thing pop this with volume, and it's by no surprise. Look at the volume increase there in the daily time frame, and then look at the possible cross on the daily MACD. These are all the indicators just converging at once, and you're seeing a very bullish pop on Nio that I would expect to continue into that 770 move like we talked about so many different times every single day. Oh my goodness. Make sure to slap the subscribe button because we're here every single day. This is going to be just a quick update on where our favorite stocks are going into rate cuts. You can see the daily MACD cross is going to happen tomorrow. So gear up for that. Overnight, you're up 0.5%, which is a beautiful thing. And the consolidation here into a big pop in volume. You couldn't say it any freaking better, guys. That is amazing stuff on Nio. Weekly looks good, checks out. Monthly looks good, checks out. Almost a green monthly hammer candle, baby. That is insane. And it spells a really nice story for the bulls if you can get a nice candle close. A third rising green volume bar sends this thing to Pluto in a hurry, guys. I mean, you're already arguably at a 3 white soldiers pattern on the chart. In case you don't know what that is, come on, white soldiers candlestick pattern. In case you don't know what that is this formation right here, a tight spread of 3 whole-bodied green candles. You look at Nio on the monthly. We talked about the possibility of this happening. Did I believe that it could? I've never once seen one play out in the monthly time frame. Typically, when things happen on larger time frames, guys, that means that they are significantly more bullish. It means that this rounding formation is really gearing up steam. The bulls are holding higher highs and higher lows, and this thing most likely can break $7 and send into that 970 death cross test of the 50-day EMA. 977 to be exact. But let's see what you do here above 7, and then let's see how you react to 770 being the absolute critical horizontal resistance to beat. You look at back here in September 30th, you had a test of 771 as the previous high before a sharp rejection to a new relative local low at $3.02. So, I mean, the chart plays a beautiful story about this stock. And people, I'm imagining, are continuing to make their bets against Nio Stock. But at the current juncture, I would not feel comfortable betting against this stock. I would not feel that this thing is due for a reversal. You are literally at the top of the monthly candle, guys. Are you insane in the membrane? Like, look at the strength. Look at how stupid this thing is right now. Quarterly chart continuing to cross green if you see this bullish close on a quarterly chart. I mean, the quarterly chart candle is up 104%. It looks very shockingly, dashingly similar to back here when you closed 177% in June 30th of 2020. And funny enough, the next month is when you got your quarterly MACD cross, guys. This was our whole thesis on Nio, that the break of this trend can send this thing in a tailspin above the quarterly MACD zero line right here. And typically when you cross above, you get the explosive moves on the largest possible time frame, the quarterly and the yearly, right? But the quarterly, crossing above that would be insanely bullish. And I think it would be bye-bye. Bye-bye, Nio. So it's like this ultimate cheers moment in which we have covered Nio Stock since down here. And it has continued to bet that the bulls are going to continue to win here. So cheers to everyone who has been in this stock since then. And it's continued to prove everyone wrong. You see how it reacts to that 200-day EMA on the 4-hour. Extremely bullish. So I want to say congrats to everyone who's in this thing. And it has yet to get me an opportunity to pick up some shares. So we shall see, guys. Make sure to slap the subscribe button. All right, let's get into GME. GameStop continues to close the gap. You got into it today, up 3.17%, and you can see here on the daily time frame, you are crossing above the 200 on the daily chart with the 9-day EMA. Now, the 9-day EMA crossing above, whoops, that sparkling water is hitting me, guys. The 9-day EMA crossing above the 200 or the 50 typically indicates short-term move. It indicates that the short-term momentum is stronger than the longer trend in the stock. And you can see you sliced above it here. You saw this big green candle. You're slicing above it here. You're seeing this big green candle. You want to see one more continuation candle. And then you arguably have a 3 white soldiers pattern on the daily time frame. Now, less strong than the monthly time frame that Nio has, but 3 white soldiers on the daily could see a bigger candle, like a squeeze-esque candle, like one of these or one of these, into this gap fill at 29.72. So be really careful, guys, if you are playing this thing as a swing, because it is on the verge of getting explosive. It really, really is. And you can see your first quarter or your first weekly MACD cross coupled with really nice volume the week before. This thing is on the verge of doing something special. And I don't know if there's many other stocks primed like GameStop stock right now. It's in a very unique situation in which you saw a year's worth of consolidation and almost 3 months of just flat price action before a bump in volume, a bump in fundamentals, a bump in the chart. And I don't even think Bob Ross could paint this picture as good as GME is doing right now. So if you look on the weekly time frame, you can see that GameStop is about to get another cross of the EMAs. You see the 9-day EMA about to cross above the 50, which typically sends these things, right? You see back here it happened. You then ran from 17 up to 46. And it's only happened a handful of times where the 9 crosses the 50. It happened back here, and you went from 35 all the way down to your low of $9. So there's only been 2 crosses that I know of besides for this one right here. And that was a fake out, guys. That was an absolute fake out. So 3 crosses in the last 2 years of this indicator on the weekly. And you're literally about to get it again, unless you see some kind of crazy rejection retest of this macro resistance to flip it to support. Wouldn't be the worst thing, right? Because you'd test your 200-day EMA in the process, and you'd also fill that gap that you have on the daily. Mind you haven't filled, and it's back at 2360, so just be careful. Anything is possible, but every single bullish indicator is pointing up on GameStop, and I could not pound my fist enough that this thing looks bullish, and that you're going to fill at least $28 gap, in my opinion, before the end of this week. So not financial advice. Take everything I say or do with a grain of salt. But these 2 stocks, guys, 2 of the heaviest stocks that we've covered in our portfolio, Nio, it's just got to give me a moment, right? Just fill this gap. Just come down and fill this gap, please. Please, I'm begging you, Nio. But jokes aside, I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. You guys have been an absolute blast to cover stocks for. Thank you for the continued support. It's not the easiest thing to do in the world to do these every single day. And I appreciate the love and support that I've been getting and the fast movement and the fast growth. Some of you guys beat me to the comments of my own videos. That is amazing that you guys are that tuned in, and I feel truly special that I can provide that outlet for you guys to talk as a community in the comment section. So thank you guys, just from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, and please make sure slap the subscribe button, slap the like button, and share it with someone that you know, right? If there's someone that you think could genuinely find value in our dialogue and our commenting of stocks, share it with them, guys, because that's how we're going to get this word out there. I truly believe in my heart of hearts that you're going to see some kind of retail revolution at the top of the market, right? And we've been talking about this for quite some time, months, that you will see a lot of new people come into the market. And it is how we treat those people that is going to make the difference in their own personal journeys, because us or not, right? We're just a part of this story. These people are going to come into the market at a very crazy time. And if it gives you any indication of when I came into the market, right? I came into the market during this. That's absurd. And then the emotions and the stock that we held all throughout this was a lot less valuable than the lesson that we learned all throughout it. And my trading journey, I really picked up on how to look at stocks in a different way, watching people like me. Although it's not financial advice, there are things as simple as 3 white soldiers, candlesticks, right? Looking for the weekly closes, looking at the EMAs, the MACDs, the RSI, how those things all intermingle together is going to determine what really classifies your trading style and classifies your own way of trading. So if that gives any indication, maybe I'm starting to yap, but I just want to say thank you to every single one of you guys. Make sure to spread the word, get this channel out there. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. GameStop looks nice. Nio looks nice. AMC will come up once GameStop runs. Crypto is green, and rate cuts possibly tomorrow, guys. That's all I have today. God bless each and every single one of your families, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Woo-wee. Cheers.